So this was the problem which we were discussing. Here in this problem, here it is to the power m. Here it was minus m. That's why we did a mistake there and it was propagated till the end. And that's why I face difficulty in choosing the ROC. ROC is general rule. Okay. Region of convergence, we have to use a general rule. That's why let me solve this problem from that part itself where I had left for the previous problem. Okay. This problem here, give me a second. Okay. Here it is minus m, and in this step I have chosen it as plus m. So that was the mistake which I did and it propagated. Okay. And because of this, what I have got is 3z inverse here. Instead of that, it should have been, say, this is 3 to the power minus m z to the power m. Okay, the answer should have been that. So there I made a mistake. That's why let us go back to that step and correct it. In the text, the detailed answer is not given directly. After this step, whatever I am mentioning now, after this step, they have given the final answer and ROC. So now this part, it remains same. N is equal to 0 to infinity minus 1 by 2 z inverse n minus 2, and this is m is equal to 1 to infinity. Infinity to 1 and 1 to infinity both are same. So this part from the previous 3 to the power z inverse I have written as n is replaced by minus m. So it would be 3 to the power minus 1 z to the power 1 m. Okay, this is correct, right? Now we can write this whole thing as minus 2 summation m is equal to 0 to infinity 3 minus z to the power m minus 1. So this we can write, correct? And this is same, summation n is equal to 0 to infinity minus 1 by 2 z inverse to the power n. In the next step, we can write this as 3 divided by 1 minus of 1 by 2 z inverse. Because of our equation, that is a to the power n summation n is equal to 0 to infinity is there, we can write 1 minus 1 by a. So whatever is there here, it will come here. So minus 1 by 2 was there, minus of minus 1 by 2 z inverse minus 2, and here it will be 1 divided by 1 minus 3 inverse z minus 1. Okay, Now coming to our ROC, always when you write the very first time, when you write this equation, then only you need to decide that what is ROC. Based on what? Based on this equation. Magnitude of A less than 1. So magnitude of A means whatever here is there, that is less than 1. Based on that only you will tell the ROC. There is no other rule. So ಈ ಡಿನಾಮಿನೇಟರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಜಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ಟರ್ಮ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅದನ್ನ ನೀವೇನು ಅಂತ ಬರೀತೀರಾ ROC is that term less than 1. Okay, so using this rule only we have to deduce. So what we have to deduce? First let me rewrite this as 3 divided by 1 plus 1 by 2 z inverse minus 2 divided by 1 minus 3 inverse z minus 1. Okay, this is the answer we have. In that, this is one ROC, this is another, this is another. So this ROC is entire z plane. Why? It is a constant ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಯಾವ್ದಾದ್ರು ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟಂಟ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ಟರ್ಮ್ ROC is entire z plane, whereas here 3 inverse z is less than 1. This is ROC. Okay, and here ROC is magnitude of 1 by 2 z inverse is less than 1. So directly from right sided or left side sequence you can write. Okay, based on ಇದು ರೈಟ್ ಸೈಡೆಡ್ ಲೆಫ್ಟ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಅಂತ ಫಸ್ಟೇ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ನಿಮಗೆ. ಮೈನಸ್ ಯು ಆಫ್ ಎನ್ ಮೈನಸ್ 1 ಇದೆಯಾ ಅಥವಾ ಯು ಆಫ್ ಎನ್ ಇದೆಯಾ ಅಂತ ಅದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆನೆ ಬರಿಬಹುದು. ಬಟ್ ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಹೌ ಯು ಗಾಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದಿಸ್ ಇಕ್ವೇಶನ್. ಸೊ 1 by 2 z inverse is less than 1 means 1 by 2z is less than 1, or 1 by 2 is less than z. This implies z is greater than 1 by 2. I am just rewriting this equation. Similarly here z by 3 is less than 1. This implies z, magnitude of z less than 3. Magnitude of z is less than 3. So z is greater than 1 by 2, less than 3. Okay, that's why the ROC is z greater than 1 by 2, less than 3. I hope you have understood now. The combined ROC is these two along with all z, that is for the constant term. ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ನೀವು ROC ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಡ್ಬೋದು. Simplification you can do later. This term you have got right. This is your Z transform. You can simplify it later. Okay, here only you can calculate the ROC. And for this third term, you can calculate ROC as entire Z plane. So entire Z plane ROC ಇದೆ, ಒಂದಕ್ಕೆ ಗ್ರೇಟರ್ ದ್ಯಾನ್ 1 by 2 ಇದೆ, ಇನ್ನೊಂದಕ್ಕೆ ಲೆಸ್ ದ್ಯಾನ್ 3 ಇದೆ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ 1 by 2 ಇಂದ 1 by 3 ವರೆಗೂ ಅಂತ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮೆನ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಎಂಟೈರ್ Z plane ಬರೋದೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. When we say signal exists from 0 to 3 only, when we are doing convolution only in this interval convolution is possible. 0 to infinity agadilla alwa. That's why entire Z plane is not valid one. So we can consider our ROC is between 1 by 2 to 3. Is that clear? How to choose ROC? Any doubt regarding that? So don't just go through the lecture, whatever I'm doing. Please solve by yourself. Then only you will better understand these problems. Okay. So till here we have solved. Plotting of ROC already I have shown you. Greater than 1 by 2 andre 1 by 2 ಒಂದು ಸರ್ಕಲ್ ಹಾಕಬೇಕು. Less than 3 andre 3 ಒಂದು ಸರ್ಕಲ್ ಹಾಕಬೇಕು. In between that you have to write the ROC. It is very simple. Okay. So now next problem is this one. X of n is equal to 3n plus 1 u of n minus 2 1 by 2n u of minus n minus 1. So this is the problem. We have to solve this problem. Can anyone try it out and let me know the answer without looking at this screen? So here, let me copy down the problem first. 3 to the power n plus 1. Any doubt regarding the previous problem? Please let me know. X of n is equal to 3 to the power n plus 1 u of n minus 2 1 by 2n 1 by 2 to the power n u of minus n minus 1. So this is a right sided sequence. You can see here. This one is the left sided sequence. Okay. So this is 3 to the power n means it is easy for us. But it is 3 to the power n plus 1. So how we can solve it? We will take 3 as common. So we will get 3 to the power n u of n. So this is a constant. We will keep it outside. Minus 2 1 by 2 to the power n u of minus n minus 1. So now we'll solve it using the regular method. What is regular method? X of z is equal to summation n is equal to minus infinity to plus infinity x of n z power minus n. So this is n is equal to minus infinity to plus infinity. 3 I will take outside. 3 to the power n u of n z to the power minus n minus minus 2 into summation n is equal to minus infinity to plus infinity 1 by 2 to the power n 1 by 2 to the power n u of minus n minus 1. So you know that u of n is there means this limit will be n is equal to 0 to infinity. U of minus n minus 1 is there means limit will be minus infinity to minus 1. So let us write that. Three into n is equal to 0 to infinity 3 to the power n z power minus n minus 2 summation n is equal to minus infinity to n is equal to minus 1 because of this. So z minus 1 I forgot to write. So 1 by 2 to the power n z power minus n is our equation now. Okay, so how we can rewrite it? So this part is same, whereas this part we can write it as what? Let me know. Let m is equal to minus n. So what you can write? M is equal to
plus infinity.
Plus infinity to 1. 1 by 2 to the power minus m. Z to the power
m.
M. Very good. So this is what we are going to get. Now we know that this can be rewritten as summation m is equal to 0 to infinity 1 by 2 to the power minus 1 z to the power m minus 1. So this is standard. You need to remember this always. M infinity to 1, 1 by 2 to the power minus m, z m can be written as in this form. Okay, let me do this. Okay. So now for this one we have this term I have not written because it remains same. Okay, let me correct it. Summation n is equal to 0 to infinity 3 into z minus 1 to the power n. Okay, now it is correct. So we know that summation n is equal to 0 to infinity e to the power n is equal to 1 divided by 1 minus a, provided a less than 1. So using this equation, so better I write every time this one, then you will understand it better. So 3 1 divided by 1 minus 3 z inverse. So ROC is 3 z inverse is less than 1. Okay, because of this term. Minus 2 into 1 divided by, you can see here it is 1 by 2 z inverse. 1 by 2 inverse, sorry, 1 by 2 inverse is what? 2 it is actually. Correct alwa? That's why I can write 1 minus 2z. 1 minus 2z minus 1. Okay, so here 2z is less than 1. So you are clearly seeing the difference, right? 3z inverse is less than 1, 2z is less than 1. This simplification part is left for doing later. Okay, now only thing we are left is to calculate ROC. Simplification can be however done. Now to calculate ROC, this you have to do in rough work. Okay, this one the part work correct agide. Okay, ಈಗ ರಫ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ROC ಏನು ಅಂತ ಫೈಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ಟು ಈ ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಲೆಟ್ ಮಿ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ 3z inverse less than 1. So this implies 3 by z less than 1, or 3 is less than z, or z is greater than 3. Okay, this is 1. Now considering this one, I will write on the other side. So 2z less than 1 means z less than 1 by 2. Here we are saying z is greater than 3. Z is greater than 3, and another point we are saying z is less than 1 by 2. So there is no correlation. What I mean to say is, let this one is our 1 by 2 and this is our 3. So z is less than 1 by 2 ಅಂತ ಒಂದ್ ಕಡೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಿ, greater than 3 ಅಂತ ಇನ್ನೊಂದ್ ಕಡೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಿ. ಬಟ್ region of convergence ROC is a connected region. ಇಲ್ಲೊಂದ್ ಕಡೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಇಲ್ಲೊಮ್ಮೆ ಇರಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. So we cannot find ROC for this particular sequence. That is what the result what we get here. I hope you have understood now. For this particular example, z is less than 3 for this one, z is less than 3 and z is greater than 1 by 2. So if at all it was z is say greater than 1 by 2 less than 3, it is perfect. Okay, sorry, here it is z is less than 1 by 2, right? I made a mistake again. So z is less than 1 by 2 here. Less than 1 by 2 ಅಂದ್ರೆ 1 by 2 ಒಂದು ಸರ್ಕಲ್ ಇದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ 1 by 2 ಒಳಗಡೆ ROC ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಟರ್ಮ್, ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಟರ್ಮ್. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಟರ್ಮ್ ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, z is greater than 3 ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಪೋಲು at 3 ಇದೆ. Greater than 3 ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂತು ROC. But according to ROC rules what we have, it will not include any pole, it can include 0 and it is a connected region. So here ROC is not there between 1 by 2 and 3. It is outside 3 and inside 1 by 2, which is not feasible. That's why ROC does not exist. Okay, so simplification is left to you. It is given in the notes. Directly in the notes you can observe. So here the final result what you get is this one. So this is your final answer after simplification. Okay, and whatever I have explained about ROC is given here. Z greater than 3 and z less than 1 by 2 is not a feasible one. So it is a null set and we cannot find the ROC for given sequence. So andre ಈ z transform ಅಂತ ಬರಿಬಹುದು, ಆದರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿರೋ z transform ವ್ಯಾಲಿಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ. Okay, is that clear? Any doubt? Let me know if you have any doubt regarding this. Okay, so one point I want to make it clear for some of the students who find difficulty in solving u of minus n minus 1 problem. ಅವರು ಏನು ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ simplest term 3 to the power n u of n ಅಂದ್ರೆ 1 divided by 1 minus 3 into z inverse ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಆನ್ಸರ್, ಫಿಕ್ಸ್ ಅದು. minus 2 ಇದಕ್ಕೆ 1 by 2 ಅಂದ್ರೆ 1 by 2 ಇಲ್ಲಿ 3 ಇತ್ತು, ಇಲ್ಲಿ 1 by 2 ಇದೆ. That means you will definitely get 1 divided by 1 what you can say 1 minus 1 by 2 z inverse only. Okay, because you have minus here, but final answer it should be plus. Okay, so plus 2 into this one, ಇಫ್ ಎಟ್ ಆಲ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾಡ್ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಇಯರ್, ಇದು ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಇರಲೇಬೇಕು, ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಬರೆಯೋದು ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು. ಸೊ ಸೇಮ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಹಿಯರ್. ಪ್ಲಸ್ 2 ಇಂಟು ಝೆಡ್ ಡಿವೈಡ್ ಬೈ ಝೆಡ್ ಮೈನಸ್ 1. ಇನ್ 1/2 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಝೆಡ್ ಇನ್ವರ್ಸ್ ಕಾಮನ್ ತೆಗೆದ್ರೆ ಅದೇ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಸೊ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ನೀವು ಬರೀಬಹುದು, ಬಟ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಥಿಂಗ್ ಯು ನೀಡ್ ಟು ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಮೇಕ್ ಶೋರ್ ದಟ್ ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಗೆಟ್ ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ, ಮೈನಸ್ ಆ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಅಂತ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮೈನಸ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮೈನಸ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಯಾವಾಗ ಯು ಆಫ್ ಮೈನಸ್ ಎನ್ ಮೈನಸ್ 1 ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಅಲ್ಲ. ಯು ಆಫ್ ಎನ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ಪ್ಲಸ್ಗೆ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಮೈನಸ್ ಮೈನಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಬಟ್ ಫಾರ್ ದಿಸ್ ಒನ್ ಮೈನಸ್ ಈಸ್ ರಿಕ್ವೈರ್ಡ್. ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಸೀನ್, ಈ ಸಮೇಶನ್ ನ ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಮೈನಸ್ ಇಂಟು ಮೈನಸ್ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ದಟ್ಸ್ ವೈ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ರೈಟ್ ದಿಸ್. ಸೊ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ನೀವು ಬರೀಬಹುದು ಝೆಡ್ ಡಿವೈಡೆಡ್ ಬೈ ಝೆಡ್ ಮೈನಸ್ 3, ಝೆಡ್ ಡಿವೈಡೆಡ್ ಬೈ ಝೆಡ್ ಮೈನಸ್ 1/2 ಅಂತ. ಆದ್ರೆ ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಫಾರ್ ಯುವರ್ ವೆರಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್. ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಫಾಲೋ ದೀಸ್ ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ನೀವು ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ದಂಗೆ ಈ ಲೆವೆಲ್ಗೆ ರೀಚ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಫೈನಲಿ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಏನ್ ಬರೀಬೇಕು ಅಂತೇಳಿ. Now for this one directly I can tell the answer. This is u of n term. So 3 into 1 divided by 1 minus e to the power minus 2 z inverse. This is the answer we are going to get. Then plus 2. See here it is plus and here it is minus and minus 1. So it will be minus 2. Constant, right? Constant ಹೇಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಸೇಮ್ reciprocate ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. So this will be 4. So 1 divided by 1 minus 4 to the power n. 4 to the power n means 1 minus 4 z inverse. Sorry. So this is what we are going to get. Okay, after solving with all the steps. You can see here. Sorry. With the pad some problem is there. So this step you can see here, z inverse common ತೆಗೆದ್ರೆ z divided by z minus e to the power minus 2 ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಇಲ್ಲೂ z inverse common ತೆಗೆದ್ರೆ this answer you will get 5 remains 5. Okay, no change in that because it is 5 delta n. So delta n the z transform 1. So you will get 5 only. And for this one finally z transform is having z greater than minus 2, z less than 4. Less than 4 ಏನಕ್ಕೆ? From this only you can calculate. ಹೇಗೆ? e to the power minus 2 z inverse is less than 1. ಇದು first ROC. Second ROC is 4 z inverse is less than 1. So z inverse, sorry, let me take first one only and solve it. E to the power minus 2 divided by z less than 1, e to the power minus 2 magnitude less than z. So z is greater than e to the power minus 2. E to the power minus 2. Similarly, what is second ROC? Second ROC is here 4 z inverse is less than 1. So 4 by z less than 1. Z is 4 is less than. Have I made a mistake there by not taking 4 as minus n? No, right? Four is less than z, or z is less than 4. Let me check that. Yes, there was a mistake. In this problem, directly answer is given. That's why we'll not able to rectify it. In this, if I substitute m is equal to minus n, what will happen? So directly it will be summation m is equal to minus plus infinity to 1 minus 4 to the power minus m z to the power m. Okay. So what we are going to observe is 1 divided by 4 z m. Okay, so 1 by 4 z is less than 1. That means z is less than 4. Okay, so from this we will get the answer as z less than 4. So here, going back to the previous part of our problem, in this, since we have minus here, we are expecting, actually not only here also we are expecting minus. So for that we need to consider only 4 to the power n. A to the power n idre 1 by a z inverse you will get. Okay, if it is a to the power minus n, directly you will get a into z inverse. Okay, so that is the rule one has to remember. Yes, any problem? Is this problem needs to be solved? Let me know. If you want, I will solve this. Any difficulty now? Please let me know. Here in the first step, to make it is minus, we are considering minus 2 outside, and then it will become minus 4 to the power n. This is standard form tara barutte anta ashte. Okay, so that is one change we have done, and this can be represented as I already told, summation n is equal to plus infinity to 1 minus 4 to the power minus m z to the power m. So this is again n is equal to 0 to infinity, let it be minus outside, 4 to the power 4 to the power minus 1 z power m minus 1 here. Okay, minus outside ಇದೆ. So ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ 1 divided by 1 minus 4 inverse z minus 1 ಬರುತ್ತೆ. So ROC is 4 inverse z is less than 1. Okay, 4 inverse z is less than 1. That's why z is lesser than 4. Z divided by 4 ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ರ ಬದಲು. So z is less than 4. It is greater than e to the power minus 2 less than 4. ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಹೇಳಿದ್ ನಾನು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇಕ್ವೇಶನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಆರ್ ಒ ಸಿ ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಗ್ರೇಟರ್ ದ್ಯಾನ್ ಇ ಟು ದ ಪವರ್ ಮೈನಸ್ 2. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಲೆಫ್ಟ್ ಸೈಡೆಡ್ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಲೆಸ್ಸರ್ ದ್ಯಾನ್ 4. z less than 4, z greater than e to the power minus 2, this value and this value. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಇದು ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಸೈಡೆಡ್ ಸೀಕ್ವೆನ್ಸ್, ಇದು ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಸೈಡೆಡ್. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮೈನಸ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಇಷ್ಟು ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರು ಸಾಕು, ನೀವು ಆರಾಮಾಗಿ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. ಇದು z divided by z minus e square, z divided by z minus 4. It is after simplifying these equations. ಈ equations ನ ಸಿಂಪ್ಲಿಫೈ ಮಾಡಿದ ಮೇಲೆ ಬರೋದು. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಫೈನಲ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಇಸ್ ಹಿಯರ್. ಸಿಂಪ್ಲಿಫೈ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ರಾಸ್ ಮಲ್ಟಿಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ಟು ಇಟ್ಟಿರೋದು ಆನ್ಸರ್. ನೋ ನೀಡ್ ಟು ವರಿ ಮಚ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಇಟ್. Now next is this problem I am not going to solve, as I already indicated. This is a very simple problem. 2 delta n minus 3 to delta n plus 3. So n minus 3 z transform, delta n z transform is 1. Delta of n minus 1 z transform is z to the power minus 1. Delta of n plus 1 is z. Similarly, on that note, we will get ROC as 2 to the power z minus 3, because it is shifted by minus 3. Here it is shifted by plus 3, so it is 2 to the power z power 3. So this will have ROC greater than 0. This will have ROC less than infinity. Already we have discussed in the very first class. So ROC will be from 0 to infinity here. Okay, greater than 0 but less than infinity. So we can have ROC somewhere like this. Okay, so from 0 to infinity we can have. Now these 4 problems are very, very important problems. So what you can see here, these problems are based on the Z-transform properties. We need to solve using properties. Until now, using the standard summation equations we were solving. At this point, we need to apply the Z-transform properties. Okay, so we need to recollect the properties. What are the properties? What properties we need to recollect? First one is time reversal. Instead of u of n, we have u of minus n. So this is based on reversal property. And here multiplied by n value. Multiply by n means multiplication by ramp is differentiation property. Z divided by minus z into d by dz of x of z. So we need to first find out this. Okay, and then multiplication by exponential is z is replaced by z by a. So a to the power n ಇಂದ ಮಲ್ಟಿಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಬಂದಿರೋ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ z ಎಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ z by a ಅಂತ ಬರೀಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. u of minus n ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಬಂದಿರೋ ಆನ್ಸರ್ z x of z ಇದ್ರೆ it should be z is replaced by 1 by z. Multiplication by n ಅಂತ ಇದ್ರೆ it is differentiating the final answer. Differentiating the final answer. You can do it in any order. Okay, first whether you want to replace this or you want to do this or you want to do this, it is left to you. Whichever easy, you can follow that. Better is to perform the differentiation first, then replace. Okay, so both the ways we can see in the examples. Let us go with the first one, very easier one. We know that u of n z transform ಏನು ಬರುತ್ತೆ 1 divided by 1 minus z inverse. ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಯಾರಿಗಾದ್ರೂ ನೆನಪಿದೆ ಹೇಗೆ u of n z transform 1 divided by 1 minus z inverse? Sorry, this color is not. So summation ಅಂತ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ n is equal to 0 to infinity 1 power n z power minus n ಅಂತ ಬರುತ್ತೆ u of n ಇದ್ರೆ. ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾ? ದಿಸ್ ಸಿಗ್ನಲ್ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ರೈಟ್ ಲೈಕ್ ದಿಸ್. ಅವಾಗೇನರ್ಥ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿದೆ 1 ಪವರ್ n ಇದೆ. ಅವರ್ ಇಕ್ವೇಶನ್ 1 divided by 1 minus a ಅಂತ ಬರೆಯೋ ಬದಲು 1 divided by 1 minus z inverse ಅಂತ ಬರಿತೀವಿ. ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾ? So that's why u of n, already it is a standard form, so we can write u of n is 1 divided by 1 minus z inverse. Now ROC is z inverse lesser than 1. ಮತ್ತೆ ROC ಗೆ ಬಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಈ ಟರ್ಮ್, ನೀವು z ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ತಗೊಂಡಾಗ z inverse is less than 1, so 1 by z is less than 1. This implies z is greater than 1. Okay, now by time reversal property, according to time reversal, so what is time reversal property? If x of n gives us x of z, x of minus n gives us x of 1 by z. So ಎಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲಿ z ಇದೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ 1 by z ಇಂದ ರಿಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ಸ್ ವೈ u of n ಗೆ ಏನು ಬಂದಿತ್ತು 1 divided by 1 minus z inverse, or ಸಿಂಪ್ಲಿಫೈ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಏನು ಬರುತ್ತಿದ್ದು 1 divided by 1 minus 1 by z. So I will get z divided by z minus 1. So this is our answer, right? Now wherever z is there, I have to replace it by 1 by z. Okay, both the way it is possible. Z inverse ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ರಿಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ z ಅಂತ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಅದನ್ನ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ಟಿರೋದು. ಕೆಲವ್ರಿಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನೇ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಬಂದಿದ್ರು ಸಿಂಪ್ಲಿಫೈ ಮಾಡಿದ್ಮೇಲೆ z is replaced by 1 by z. So 1 by z divided by 1 by z minus 1. If you simplify this, you will get this as answer. Okay, is there any doubt in the problem? Now ROC is a what? ROC ನು ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಬರಬೇಕಲ್ವಾ? ROC ಏನಿದೆ z greater than 1 ಇದೆ. ಇವಾಗ 1 by z is replaced by 1 by z ಅಂದ್ರೆ ROC is less than 1 ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಸೀಕ್ವೆನ್ಸ್ ಗೆ less than 1, ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಸೀಕ್ವೆನ್ಸ್ greater than 1. ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್? ROC is z greater than 1 ಅಂತ ಬಂದಿದೆ ಆನ್ಸರ್. So z is replaced by 1 by z. 1 by z is greater than 1. This implies z is less than 1. Okay, ROC also changes here. Is that understood? Any problem with this one? Second one I will solve next. Second one, Let me show you how to solve using properties here. X of n is equal to n into a to the power n u of minus n. Okay, so first what we'll do is we'll choose this as x1 of n, or you can directly consider also for those who get confused later. Let me not choose like that. Directly I will write as for a of n u of n, what is z transform? It is 1 divided by 1 minus a into z inverse. Standard alwa idu. A would be 2, 3, 4, 5 any value. Okay. Now a n u of minus 1 andre, so x of n we have replaced it by minus n. So minus irodrinda wherever z is there I have to replace it by n. See here z is there means I have to replace it by 1 by z. If z inverse is there I have to replace it by z. Both the meanings are same, right? So with that what we get for this one is 1 divided by 1 minus a into z. Now we are left with multiplication of ramp. So n into a to the power n u of minus n is nothing but minus z d by dz of this answer. Correct? 1 divided by 1 minus a z. So whatever answer you will get, that will be your z transform, final x of z. Okay, the answer after differentiating it will be this one, minus az divided by 1 minus az whole square. I hope you understood. Any doubt in this one? Now standard equations you have to start remembering. ಇವಾಗ ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ. a to the power n u of n ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡರ್ಡ್ ಇಕ್ವೇಶನ್ ಇದು 1 divided by 1 minus az inverse, and az inverse is greater less than 1. Our z is greater than a. So these terms now you start remembering. Applying first the time reversal property, then you will get this one. After differentiating property, ಇಲ್ಲಿ changes ನೋಡಬೇಕು. a to the power n u of minus n, a to the power n u of minus n multiplied by n, so minus z by z into d by dz 1 by 1 minus az. So ಇದನ್ನ differentiate ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು ನಾವು. Okay, so this is the final answer. ROC is greater than a. Already it is there, the same thing. Now this is a bit tricky question. Here it is 1 by n. n anta illa, 1 by n anta ide. That's why what we have to do is first we have to calculate for this one. We can write as n into x of n equal to minus 2 to the power minus n u of minus n minus 1. So ಇದಕ್ಕೆ z ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಫೈಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ಟು ಅದನ್ನ ಇಂಟಿಗ್ರೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಇವಾಗ n ಇದ್ರೆ ಡಿಫ್ರೆನ್ಶಿಯೇಷನ್ 1 by n ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಈ ಬಂದಿರೋ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ n ಇಂಟು ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಎನ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ನಮಗೆ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಎನ್ ಗೆ ಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಡಿಫ್ರೆನ್ಶಿಯೇಷನ್ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ಟು ಇಂಟಿಗ್ರೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ already time is up, so let us discuss this problem tomorrow. Okay, this problem and the next one. From there I will leave it to you. So next few problems also I will send to you, that is this one, n into n plus 1. You can go through it. It is easily understandable and easy problems once you get about the other. So here again I will share few PDFs for more problems. ಎಷ್ಟು ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ ಅಷ್ಟು ಒಳ್ಳೆಯದು. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೂ P18 ವರೆಗೂ ನಾನು ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಇದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ. ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಮೂವ್ ಆನ್ ಟು ದ inverse Z transform. Okay, so these problems you have to solve on yourself. So these initial value and final value already are solved, so I will not solve those problems. P18 ವರೆಗೂ ನಾನು ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. P18 ಇಂದ 19, 20, 21, 22 ಆರ್ ಲೆಫ್ಟ್ ಫಾರ್ ಯು ಆಸ್ ಅ ಹೋಮ್ ವರ್ಕ್. ನೀವು ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಡೌಟ್ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಆಸ್ಕ್ ಡೌಟ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ಐ ಲೀವ್ ದ ಕಾಲೇಜ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ, ನಾಟ್ ಆನ್ ಇಶ್ಯೂ. ಓಕೆ, ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಇಟ್ ಫಾರ್ ಯು, ಬಟ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಪುಟ್ ಯುವರ್ ಎಫರ್ಟ್ಸ್. So that's all for today. Let me take the attendance now.